You've done everything right. You've worked hard, saved diligently, and built up a solid portfolio without the safety net of a workplace pension. And now you're wondering, could I actually retire early and live the lifestyle I want without running out of money? Here's the truth most people don't realize. Retiring early without a pension isn't impossible, but it's not as simple as hitting a savings goal and walking away. Without a guaranteed monthly income, you're on your own to turn your nest egg into a retirement paycheck that lasts for decades. And if you get the timing or the tax strategy wrong, you could trigger higher taxes than necessary, spend your most active years feeling afraid to spend, or worse, run out of money when you still have years ahead of you. The good news? With the right plan, you can retire early and enjoy your wealth without fear or regret. Hi, I'm Tanya Sosla, investment advisor at CG Wealth Management. I work with Canadians who've built their wealth through years of smart saving and investing, but now want clarity and confidence about how to spend it wisely in retirement. In this video, I'll show you how to retire early even if you don't have a pension, and the key strategies to make sure your savings last as long as you do. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like to see how early retirement could work for your own situation, book a call with me using the link in the description below. Number 1, understand the no pension challenge. Let's start with the obvious. When you don't have a defined benefit pension, there's no company cutting you a monthly check for life. You're the pension. That means 2 things. You need to turn your savings into income in a way that feels reliable and sustainable. And you need to make it last for potentially 30 or even 40 years. This is where early retirees face unique risks. You're drawing down your portfolio sooner, giving it less time to grow. You may have to cover your lifestyle for 5 to 10 years before CPP and OAS kick in, and inflation can quietly chip away at your purchasing power. Here's the mistake I see far too often. People focus on hitting a magic number in their portfolio, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, but they don't think about how to turn that into a monthly paycheck. The result? They either spend too cautiously and deprive themselves, or they spend too freely and risk running out of money. This isn't about a number, it's about a plan. Number 2, start with your bare minimum lifestyle number. Before you even look at your investments, you need to ask, what does it really cost to keep the lights on? This isn't about bucket list vacations or luxury upgrades yet. It's about figuring out housing costs, food and transportation, healthcare premiums, and any recurring essentials that keep your household running. Why is this so important? Because this number becomes your baseline. It tells you how much income you need, at a minimum, to retire without stress. We call this your freedom number. Once you know it, you can start designing a withdrawal strategy that covers the essentials first, and then layer on the fun money for travel, hobbies, and family. For example, let's say you calculate your baseline expenses at $65,000 a year. If you've got $1.5 million in investments, you might think, great, I'm set. But without factoring in taxes, inflation, and market volatility, that $1.5 million may not go as far as you think. This is why we don't just look at a lump sum. We map out cash flow year by year to make sure your savings can cover both your needs and wants. Number 3, build a retirement paycheck without a pension. Here's where many people stumble. They assume they can safely withdraw 4% of their portfolio each year and call it a day. But there are 2 big problems with that approach. Number 1, if markets drop early in retirement, you could deplete your portfolio faster than expected. Number 2, if all your money is in RRSPs or other registered accounts, withdrawals are fully taxable and could push you into higher tax brackets. So what's the solution? Think like a pension manager. We often use bucket strategies for clients retiring early. Bucket 1, cash and GICs to fund the next 3 to 5 years of expenses. This gives you breathing room if there's a market downturn. Bucket 2, conservative investments like bonds and dividend-paying preferred shares and stocks for midterm income. Bucket 3, growth-focused investments to keep up with the pace of inflation over the long haul. This structure gives you predictable cash flow and allows your longer-term investments to grow untouched during market dips. For example, if you need $80,000 a year and have $2 million saved, we might carve out $400,000 in low-risk assets for the first 5 years and leave the rest invested for growth. That way, you're not forced to sell stocks in a downturn just to pay bills. Number 4, optimize CPP, OAS, and other income sources. When you retire early, you're creating your own bridge until government benefits kick in. Here's the key question. Do you withdraw down your RRSPs first to cover the gap or leave them untouched? Many people assume they should delay RRSP withdrawals as long as possible, but sometimes the opposite is true. Drawing from your RRSPs in your 50s or early 60s can reduce the size of your RIF later on, lower your future tax brackets, and even help you avoid OAS clawbacks down the road. Every case is different, but I can't tell you how many clients we've saved tens of thousands of dollars in taxes just by adjusting the withdrawal order. This is why a coordinated income plan is critical, not just for early retirement, but for the decades that follow. Number 5, stress test your plan against what-ifs. Here's the part most people skip. What if life doesn't go as planned? What if you or your spouse lives to 95? What if inflation stays higher than expected? What if one of you needs long-term care? Retiring early is wonderful, but it leaves less margin for error. This is why we use retirement planning software to stress test your plan. We run dozens of scenarios, bull markets, bear markets, rising healthcare costs, so you can see how your plan holds up. The goal isn't to scare you. It's to give you the confidence to spend your wealth, knowing you've prepared for the curveballs life might throw your way. Because true financial freedom isn't just about having money. It's about having peace of mind. Here's what I want you to remember. Retiring early without a pension is absolutely possible, but it's not something you want to leave to chance. The biggest regret I hear from retirees isn't about markets or interest rates. It's that they spent years worrying about money when they did not need to. Or worse, they were afraid to spend it all and missed out on the life they worked so hard to build. Don't let that be your story. The earlier you build a proper plan, the more control you have over it. How much tax you pay, when and how you withdraw down your savings, and whether you can enjoy the lifestyle you want without the fear of running out. Because financial freedom isn't just about having a savings goal. It's about knowing your money will support you through every stage of retirement. If you're thinking about early retirement or already retired and want to make sure your plan is solid, now is the time to take action. If you want a second opinion on your plan, book a time with me using the link in the description below.